I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action. Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom. Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now? Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things. Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but At the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough. I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Lali at the Masters of the Nightwind, the one we call Granny Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her Spirit Speaker's Stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm sure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her Spirit Speaker Stone being split into two.
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Lali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
sure hope Sahao won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Too slow.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Seat Lolly?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelation, I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one...
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one.
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help...
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one and...
This is a pretty well thought out plan. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope... Okay, then let's part ways for now.
The biggest one in history.
how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Lolly did not reply to our request.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanicha a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk.
That's true. Let's go.
Quit following me.
Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no...
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of... The only thing is that she often has...
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually unlike that old hag Granny Eatstly, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! Seriously, if that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get a...
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right?
Huh? Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly? You're...
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turned... Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age?
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but, she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used...
Paimon, sorry.
What? How dare you?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really?
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. I received Kanicha's letter and was planning to attend this meeting, since I had already decided to come. But, of course... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly... At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Anyway, that's the whole story.
What's with... Was she feeling embarrassed?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual.
Anyway...
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient... And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the...
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me... Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest We'll pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero. Huh? Don't move.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a...
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended,
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take...
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can... The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently... But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve...
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring... I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place. He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising apes? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who... In any case, we'll get... I'm truly sorry to put you two through...
You can count on us!
All right, then let's start by head... This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speak. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with it. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coerced. However, I doubt anyone would believe me.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kind of...
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spent... He's always been such a good kid. He would even... Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time. And since they were disturbed, they secreted a Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail?
Oh, right. I forgot your... Here, give me... Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses.
Wow, you can even share your senses with him?
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Go-
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was... What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm... But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best. Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be...
Huh? Was that? See, Lolly?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I've... Oh? They appear to be feeling quite...
Quit following me.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yep, judging by Paimon's...
wait. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone... We've got to find... leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to... if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in... no. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well.
Too slow.
There are traces of people staying here, too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you could...
It's about time. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking...
Given there are two signals leading from here... I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Auroron, what the heck were you doing?
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name, so you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could... She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world.
Quit following me.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? So we can't... That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right?
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny is told. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation, I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why if you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and...
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
See, Lolly! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to,
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now. Need to be more careful next.
Feeling better yet, traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means But if you want to make it up to me... Look over there.
Huh? Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have...
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently...
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper.
Are you ready? On my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
I see everything.
That's far enough.
Auroron!
Granny!
know she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird here.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually...
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the masters of... Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the...
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and...
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful.
Next time? Oh, They didn't...
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me...
Okay. Now answer me honestly.
Yes.
So why did you do...
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come...
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the mass... Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown
Your... vegetable?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should...
How exactly did the masters raise...
Oh. Right.
I see. So Auroron came to the camp.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe...
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know when...
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Eat Lolly is willing to...
Sure. I'd be happy to do that.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron!
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Whew. Well, at least you won't need to hide your face in...
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your... Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get...
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find...
Goodbye, other Granny.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see... Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded all that stuff about protecting Seat Lolly and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually... Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon, we still have another whole day before the meeting, so...
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just...
Ugh. And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too and...
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown, and if we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords, and once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with...
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat...
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly... If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan... Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her.
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan failed. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even night, my fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face. We have to make the decision for her.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us... Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the nose...
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crime.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools and how dare you go behind our backs like this? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your...
I'm not trying to avoid...
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well...
I'm sorry, Granny.
You! That's it! Where are my tools?
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. So maybe just save the scolding for later?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of it. You're right, Traveler.
Quit following me. Too slow.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you... You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're...
What What?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. You're very kind. Most people would have fled.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourself?
Sorry.
Sorry, Granny. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's...
Who's Eva?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please...
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice...
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything.
Get back here this instant! Auroron!
What just happened? How was he able
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be... He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't... little brat. That's it.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still...
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get... We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Do you two have some time?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we...
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down.
Really? That's right. See, Lolly has gotten a lot... she's right. We're seasoned adventurers, so...
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some
are you sure?
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely
Sure, that's fine with us, but...
Don't worry.
Quit following me.
Do you see two people standing by the door?
But... Paimon...
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind...
do you think she...
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see...
Oh, so you've heard of it?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it up.
Wait, so you call her...
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great...
Huh? Gossiping of...
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you...
Alright, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to...
Seat Lowy? Seat Lowy?
Who's that?
Are you...
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, You know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell. I mean, come on.
Granny Lolly, you're
Exactly. And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you. Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find flow? That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a...
Did she just fall asleep?
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred...
She's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a...
Is this another specialty?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Lolly herself.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of day. Huh? Traveler?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on!
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to...
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's...
Are you feeling okay? What?
There's so much that I want to...
Why not? Of course you can.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only...
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're...
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about Huh?
Yeah...
This is so...
It's okay, Lolly. You had...
I can't take it anymore! Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but it's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone...
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old, or Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Well, great view, right?
Wow, it's beautiful! Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. Let's just have a casual conversation.
Really? You don't seem like the...
Well, I guess I used to be more of... And you're right. I don't usually... I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That's story...
What? You're just a regular...
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that.
Well, you are powerful.
Some are. Others are mad I always come... What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
That's because you're not from my tribe. I make people realize that... Oh, not to brag or anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities and...
Yes, but Mawika already told you about her plan. And Auroron's not like... The reason being, his soul is incomplete. No one knows who his parents were. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. A possibility. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroron would then be sent to the night...
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now, you see when damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending? It's not right. So, when I learned this, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he asks this question.
Wait, what?
He knows that. But he still feels guilty. Aurora, maybe he chose to work with the Fatui.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come. You don't look so good.
Probably drank too much. Okay. You've helped me.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said.
Good point. Well, I'll go. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe? Yeah, you're right. But she's probably asleep. We have